I started with the default cube, then added a subsurf modifier to it. In edit mode, added loop cuts to give it a shape of a mushroom stem. Then I duplicated it and moved it above. And then scaled up and down the loops to get the shape of the cap. For the spots, I used a circle with 16 segments and then extruded it up. Then with snapping turned on, I placed this on the cap and made some more duplicates. I didn't want this mushroom to be alone, so I duplicated it and gave him a little friend who is a bit tilted. Then in the edit mode, I duplicated the bottom face and separated it from the original. Then extruded it and aligned it with the stem. This will be the door. Then I selected the face loop around it and separated it as well. Then extruded those along the normal to create the frame. Then for the door light, I used a circle with 8 segments and then removed the bottom vertices. Joined the bottom 2. Then I filled them and inset the face. Extruded the loop around it and then added a subsurf modifier to it. Added loop cuts to tighten the edges. Then a cube for the partition. In object mode, rotated it to align with the door. Then I simply duplicated it for the house windows. Made it longer and extruded the cube sideways. Loop cuts to tighten the edges. Aligned it with the house. And then duplicated it a few more times to get some more windows. Then I added a camera and set its resolution to 1080. Then for the backdrop, I use a plane with one of its edges extruded up. Then added a bevel modifier to it. Then I added a cube and added a subsurf modifier to it. And then added a decimate modifier to make it look more like a stone. I then duplicated it a few more times and arranged them. Then for the stepping stones, I use a plane and subdivided it. Then extruded it up and with proportional tool turned on, tweaked some of its vertices. Then I duplicated some more of it. Then I decided to add some plants to the scene. So I added a plane, subdivided it, added subsurf modifier to it, and made the shape look like a leaf. Then I duplicated it 2 more times to make it look like a 3-leaf clover. Then for the stem, I added a plane and extruded it down. I duplicated a few more and rotated them. I then added a cube, scaled it up in Z-axis. Then added a subsurf modifier. Then added some loop cuts and made it more as a plant shaped. I then duplicated a few more of it, and then placed them between the 2 mushrooms. Then added a rock near them. I duplicated the plants to the other side as well. Also placed 2 more rocks near them. Then I decided to add a signboard near the house to display the owner's name. So I added a plane, extruded it up, and then duplicate the edge above. Then scaled that up, extruded down, and extruded it front. Added some loop cuts, beveled them, and extruded them inside. Then I added a text, and in edit mode, I typed in Mr. Rat. This little house owner requested me to also put him on the scene, so I accepted the request. I added a cube, and then scaled, and extruded different faces to get a basic shape of a rat. Then I added a subsurf modifier to it. Adjusted the shape a bit more. I then added a cube for the ears. Scaled it down, and inset, and extruded the front face. Then duplicated it, moved it to the other side, and rotated it. I applied the modifier. And then added some icospheres for the nose and eyes. Then I shaded it smooth. I added another icosphere to act as a doorknob. I then switched to material preview, and then added materials to the objects. Then in the drop-down, turned on scene lights and scene world. Then I added an area light, moved it up. Then increased the power and increased the strength. In the render properties, I changed the look to high contrast and increased the exposure to make the scene look better. Then for the bokeh blur, I used a circle with 16 segments and alignment to view. I also turned on the depth of field in camera properties. Selected the mushroom as focus and lowered its value. You don't see much because the settings I did are for Cycle's render engine. It's Cycle's 10th anniversary today after all. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think of Mr. Rat's house in the comments. And I hope to see you in the next video.